here we are. We're back again. We're going to do some more equations, the special cases, and the fractions. So let's jump back into that. Here we go. We were working on example 3. This is our harder equations. I put the steps there so you can see them again, so that you can have them in front of you on the screen. Again, we're going to simplify each side first. We want to just talk about that side word. That side word, again, means left side of the equal sign and right side of the equal sign. And that's one of the big issues here, is that equal sign is what separates the sides. This is the left side and this is the right side. Okay, and so now we're going to simplify each side. Well, the right side is pretty simple. Can't get much simpler than that, so you're not going to do that. But the left side is very complicated, and it may take us a couple of steps to get that left side done. So we're going to do that. It's going to take us a couple of steps, but that's okay. We're going to get the left side as simple as we can get it, and we're not going to do anything to the right side until we're done with the left side. So the first thing we need to do is remember that we're going to distribute that -1. So that's -1 times everything in that parentheses. So that's going to be a -7y, and then a -1 times a +1 is a -1. And then I have another set of parentheses, and it also has a -1 multiplying it. And so that's -1 times -6, which is a +6y, and a -1, I missed it, there we go, times a -6 is another +6, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep simplifying because that was just first part. Then -7y and +6y, when I combine those, I get a -1y. Those are like terms. And then a -1 and a +6, those are like terms. That gives me a +5. So that is the left side simplified all the way. So now that's going to be equal to 4. So now I can start solving. Step 2, using add or subtract to get the variable terms on one side. Well, that's done. I don't have but one variable term in the whole thing, and it's by itself on the left. So I'm ready for step 3. So step 2 is done. So basically get to skip step 2. And let's go into step 3. Step 3 says using add or subtract to get the numbers on the other side. Well, the other side in this case is the right side. So I'm going to subtract the 5 off of this one, subtract the 5 on that one. That becomes 0. And then 4 minus 5 is -1. Okay, so that's done. I subtracted 5 on both sides. Again, now let's try that yellow, see what it does. Now we're going to multiply or divide. This one's going to be a divide by the number that's on the variable. That's a -1. Divide both sides by -1. And that's going to give me a +1y, or just +y, and a +1 here. And that's my answer. And I can check it if I want to, but I want to move on to the next problem. Okay. So now we're looking at special cases. Special cases. So go ahead and stop your video and copy this stuff down, and let's read through it. We're going to go over what it means to be a special case. Anytime we deal with problems, we have special situations that may come up. Okay, so here we are. In step 2, this is when we're going to find the special case. It happens in step 2. Something weird happens. The variables go away. So then we have to determine if what we have left is either true or false. Now, a true statement is going to look something like 0 equals 0, 7 equals 7, -8 equals -8. And when that's the case, our answer is going to be all real numbers. What that means is when we're looking for the X that works, there are a ton of X's that are going to work. As a matter of fact, all numbers, when replacing the X, is going to produce a true. And then when we get a false, like 9 equals 0, or negative 18 equals 4, or 2 equals negative 6, then we have what we call no solution, or the empty set. The empty set is right there. That's the symbol for empty set. And so, again, in step 2, something really weird happens. The variables go away. And so what we're left with is we have to determine if it's true or false. And if what we have left is true, then every number works for x, so it's in all real numbers. And if what we determine is false, then that means no numbers work for x, none of them. There's no answer here. It's an automatically false. So let's look at this first example here. We're still going to follow our examples, but here we are. Step 2, we're going to look out for the specials. This is where we'll find out if it's special or not. Okay, right here in step 2. So step 1, we're going to simplify each side. So this time I'm going to distribute my 4, and I have 12x. And 4 times negative 15 is negative 60, I think. And then on the right, I have 12x. And then 12 times negative 5 is negative 60. Okay, so now I'm going to go to step 2. And I'm going to use add or subtract to get the variable terms on one side. So I'm going to take the negative, this is a 12, I'm going to subtract that 12x on both sides because it's a positive. So I'm going to do the opposite. So that's going to be 0. What I do on the right, I also do on the left. Uh-oh, something weird happened. This also is 0. So what I'm left with is negative 60 equal negative 60. True or false? Well, this is true. And so, since it's true, my answer is all real numbers. I don't have to finish the problem. Answer, all real numbers. And I'm done with this one. Now, it could be that you could have seen this way back right here. If you look back there at that step 2, right after I simplified, notice I had 12x minus 60 equals 12x minus 60. Yes, it does not matter what x is going to be. No matter what x is, you're going to get the same thing on the left as you are the right. And that's why all numbers work. Okay, let's go to another one. I had some more. Let's see where they're at. Do we have another one on this page? It just doesn't want to show up. Okay, here is the next one. And the next one. Okay, go ahead and copy these down, and I'm going to come back in the next video and we're going to finish these up. It's just math, y'all. You can do it.